So could you really separate the art from the artist? This is something I hear a lot when an artist starts to get some allegations and they turn out not to be such a nice person. And it really puts fans in a weird position if they should keep supporting this artist or not. You might listen to their music and feel guilty because you know that they're a horrible person. But I feel like there's some artists that people just generally don't care anymore that they have allegations. And mostly all big mainstream artists all have some weird allegations that fans just seem to not care or just say, oh, separate the art from the artist. But in this video, we're really going to find out where's the fine line with this statement. Because there's some artists that are falling off because they're allegations, but there's some artists that are doing really good even though they have allegations. And there's some artists blatantly in our face in their art saying that they're a bad person. But they are still striving. So can you really separate the art from the artist? Let's really talk about it. Now this is a big statement I hear a lot from fans that listen to Wi-Fi Skeleton, Jaydes, or like Nine Vicious, or really any artist with allegations. But for this video, we're mostly going to talk about these three artists. But I seen this interesting TikTok that says that people are ignoring Nine Vicious allegations because he dropped his new album. Which there truly was some very interesting comments, but I'm going to just play the video for you guys first. Now I went there and pressed the comments on that little TikTok application, and you would swear there's guards with shining armor defending Nine Vicious in that comment section. It was unbelievable. After comment after comment after comment, I came to realization that some of these fans just do not care. And then I seen this tomfoolery. Please do not piss me off right now, bro. But after this experience, I came to realize that people generally do not care as long as you do your part as an artist and put out good music. And some artists have a fan base that are so easy to sweep any allegation to have under the rug for a good album they just dropped. His fans generally just seem to accept it and still support him along the way, even though he has those allegations. And the crazy thing is that he will still say some outrageous stuff in these songs, but you guys just do not care for some reason. I don't know.
Something is literally wrong with this man.
Not allegations, he admitted to it.
Yeah, he admitted to it. Oh my God, you right. This guy admitted he was horny. Nice run he had, man, but I'm done. I'm Gucci.
We're gonna talk about someone totally different in terms of music and their fan base, which this is gonna be Jaydes, which how he blew up in the underground was for his pluggnb music, which his sound has drastically changed over the past couple of years. He first started off with plug music and now he's doing rock music. And you can truly just see the evolution through his music videos.
They gon' shoot them through you. They gon' slide, they gon' put a toy up.
It's crazy to see how much can change within 2 years. And a comparison with Jaydes and Nine Vicious is that they both say some outrageous stuff in their lyrics. And it really makes you think, can you really separate the art from the artist, especially when the artist is saying these type of lyrics in their songs? And this was really the first bar in the song. He was not trying to hide anything. Which Jaydes also goes under a lot of different aliases, which he drops music, and they can be as more questionable than the bar I just showed you here. And even in his music videos, it's just a clear sign to show that he's not okay. Which I don't want to spread any false information. Apparently this was fake. The girl did it to herself.
She came to my crib cutting herself, bro, and she got manic and she had an episode and she grabbed the motherfucking box cutters and started stabbing herself up, bro. And like I was like, what the fuck? So I'm fighting that shit out her hand. And then she ran to the bathroom and called the cops on me, bro. That's really it.
Damn.
It's fucked up.
Bro,
she had plotted this whole thing. She was writing like the whole plot of the story before I linked, bro, just to get a nigga indicted again, bro. And this is the second time she did this shit, so.
But the reason I feel like Jaydes is way more hated on is just people generally just do not like Jaydes anymore ever since he changed his sound. Like even before these allegations came out, people were already hating on Jaydes. So it was pretty much an easy target for him to fall off with these allegations because people already did not like his music at all. Like I remember when this album dropped, people were saying this is the worst underground album of all time. Which I'm not gonna sit here and say I like the album. I'm not really into rock music and I did not like this album. But I do believe there's some sort of favorism when it comes to artists with allegations. But this shows when an artist is popular, when an artist is trending and they're making good music at the time, people will put all their allegations under the rug But when an artist is making music and it's considered bad, it's gonna be the complete opposite. Now I understand Jay's situation is a bit more crazy, but you can really look at 2 other artists with these same situations and see the same impact. And I feel like an artist like Wi-Fi Skeleton is kind of in the middle of being loved and hated. Wi-Fi Skeleton really has a die-hard fan base, but then he has some people that generally hate him. As again, like the others, he has some allegations of being a pedophile, which I'm still very confused on the situation because he has debunked them himself, but then his debunked got debunked. So I'm not really sure where it stands now, especially with a lot of people saying this video is not really valid. Even with the confusion, people still point fingers of what's what and what he did, which I'm not going to say anything because I'm pretty unsure of what's going on. Back to the main point I was trying to say in this video, that you can't really separate art from the artist. As Wi-Fi Skeleton has said multiple times in his lyrics that he was, which throughout Pony, which this topic is scattered throughout a lot in his music, but he said no matter how famous he will get, he will still feel like, and that he basically just hates his life.
If I get famous, I'll still wanna die. When I fucking hit my life, it will get better and that's right.
Which you might ask, if he was blatantly saying that he felt this way, how did no one pick up any signs? How did no one really try to find help for him? You need to keep in mind that he's been rapping this way and saying these type of stuff for the past 4 or 5 years of him making music. So to his fans, it was never a surprise that he was saying these type of stuff. And then a couple months after him dropping this album, exactly May 5th of 2025, he overdoses, and some suspect that it was a suicide. And seeing stuff like this really makes you think, can you really separate the art from the artist? I think the majority of things that these artists talk about in their music is something they want, something they desire, something they feel. And eventually their acts and their wants are going to reflect into their music, which it makes it really hard to really truly separate the art from the artist. Which when I heard this song, Famous by Wi-Fi Skeleton, it really made me think, he felt this way and he's been famous about 3 times. If you guys didn't know, he's been on the internet for a very long time. Which when he started off, he was a really big commentary YouTuber, had well over 1 million subscribers. He was doing good. Which on the side, he was also a rapper under the name Star67, which he was really big in the Sinjacore era back in like 2021. And then he got these allegations and then he totally scrapped being a YouTuber and a rapper. And then he disproved the allegations and then slowly went into music, which this is where Wi-Fi Skeleton was created. But one of the grim hints that you can't really separate art from the artist is that I really can't make this up, but Wi-Fi Skeleton's biggest song on his SoundCloud as we speak right now is Nope, It's Too Late, I Already Died. Which he already knew the amount of attention he was gonna get after he'd done this to himself. Which I can say before he died, he had about around 4 million monthly listeners. He's at 8 million right now. But overall, I'm really interested to hear what you guys think about this whole situation. Can you really separate the art from the artist? Or do y'all just think people say it just to cope? But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like and sub. We're so close to hitting 2K. We need to hit 2K by soon, okay? We need to hit 2K soon. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out my other videos. I'm usually talking about underground music, but I'm gone.
Ran it up, and that big head keep her hand.